So you don't have to explain yourself whatsoever. You can just live your life and let everybody else live their life. This is the ultimate primordial. Yes, I said primordial. I know that sounds very non-spiritual, but it's a very primordial insight that we all need to eat, whether we're carnivores, omnivores, whether we are herbivores, we all need to eat. And so whatever else that everybody does that maybe used to be on your team, that maybe are no longer on your team, maybe like the family that you've had that you used to see at Thanksgiving, you don't see anymore. Maybe the friends that used to bullshit around with, you don't bullshit around with anymore. Maybe you're not fucking playing anymore. Maybe you're not fucking playing anymore. And you need to let everybody play somewhere else if they're going to play. Because they're not going to play with you anymore. And this is something I need you to hear if you give a fuck about anything in your life. If you give a fuck about anything that you're doing, all those other people that try to come back into your life, all of them are distractions from your primordial need to eat. And I know that, like, it's not very popular among spiritual communities. I'm not, like, dissing if you fast or if you might, like, have, like, a strict diet or anything to that nature. But if you didn't have water for days, you, your cubs, your spouse, whatever, did not have water for days, and that water was kept from you, like, you literally, it was kept from you, and you were thirsty. And I mean, this isn't even, it could be more than days, but let's just say, like, just to kind of understand, just to kind of picture it in your mind, days, weeks, months. I think you could only live a month without fucking water, and that water was taken away from you. And your team knew they had a lake for you to go get the water, for you to take your cubs, first and foremost, to go get the water for your cubs to get their water. And they had a fucking lake. Maybe multiple team members had multiple lakes, or at least, like, maybe one of them had a pond, and then, like, one of them had the biggest fucking lake in the whole block. And then one of them had an ocean, which you may not want all that water. Like, that's going to be salty and dehydrate you. So you have to get away from that. And maybe you can use, you know, you have different uses for different areas. So maybe the ocean is not necessarily bad for just kind of like hanging out or having actual real water sitting on the beach or whatever, right? Or taking your cubs to play or whatever. Like, I'm saying that, like, if you have people on your team that know where the fuck you can get water to live for your babies, and they're not helping you get it, not that they're going and getting buckets and giving you buckets of water to where you don't have to walk, where you don't have to work for it. That's not what I'm saying. And I think in the past we do get, like, in our past we find ourselves, I think we put out that energy where we people say, or they make the claim, maybe we project something that we don't understand what hard work is for a little bit, or we go through some shit in life and we have to really get motivated, and we have to give ourselves that kick in the ass or whatever. But even to walk with us, to show us where to go, to allow us to go on this path with them, to show us where this lake is and how to get access to it, or to show us how to feed the lake so that more water can keep coming through. I don't know how this works, but to where we can feed that lake and be a source for that lake to get more water so that we're not draining the lake, but we're feeding our babies, we're feeding ourselves, we're giving ourselves the water that we need. We're giving, first off, our babies the water that they need. We're giving ourselves the water that we need. And we are replenishing the lake so that the lake could be abundant and have way more than it ever would have. It could, we would forever, ever, ever replenish the lake. We would never let it drain because the team would have just showed us where to go. We would have made sure that that lake would have had the area, a safe environment, protection. It would have had replenishments keep coming in. It would have kept coming in. The money, the abundance, the green plants, whatever to feed the lake would have kept coming the fuck in because the team chose to work together. Well, when the team doesn't work together and they want all the water to themselves, they end up draining their own lake. And then they go and choose, instead of like using the beach as a source of like self-care and to relax and maybe to play, they start drinking the salt, and then they drain the beach of their resources, and they drain the bars of their resources and all that kind of stuff. But I also think we need to get to a place of non-judgment here in spirituality, because it's not very spiritual to judge what people do and what they drink and what they eat and things like that. And it's not very spiritual to say what people should and shouldn't do. And it's not very spiritual to make rules and regulations and have a rule book on what is allowed in people's lives and what isn't. Because sometimes how they get their water, the salt and the mud and the toxins are what quench people's thirst, and the pure water does not help anybody. The pure water for some people is not enough, and so they need the toxins. They need the mud. They need it. And this is why we shouldn't have bans. As much as I used to love the idea of banning cigarettes, banning alcohol, we shouldn't have bans, because people should have the right to, they need a resource. If the pure water is not enough for somebody, if the coffee is not enough for somebody, and even coffee in and of itself can have its own addictions. Again, not spiritual to judge. But everybody should have the right to know what quenches their thirst, and should have the right to go and get their resources and quench their thirst with whatever water serves them that is their own resources. That is their own area that nobody else was allowed in. Nobody else was allowed to, maybe they were in, but they had to drain themselves in order to be there, because replenishing and finding new resources and renewing their resources was not an option. It was to drain their meat to replenish the water, which can also add toxins to the water. So at the end of the day, don't try to tell people what to do and what to drink and what they shouldn't do and what they shouldn't drink and what they shouldn't take, what they shouldn't have laying around for people to find on accident, what they shouldn't have hidden away for people to never find, what they shouldn't smoke, what they shouldn't do. Just no, because everybody has the right to quench their thirst, fuel their hunger with whatever food, whatever water, whatever nourishment they choose for themselves. And it has nothing at the end of the day to do with you. You were a resource to them. And as soon as the resource started needing resources, suddenly you were less of a priority. You were not important anymore. You were expecting too much. You owed them something. You can't live the same way anymore. You got to change. You can't live there the same way anymore. You got to change. And so it has nothing to do with you being an actual part of somebody's life or somebody's team. And it has everything to do with you being a resource for somebody. And if you see yourself as more than just like meat or plants to somebody else, then you'll let them do whatever it is that they're going to do. And you won't try to get on this soapbox of trying to convince everybody to stop. Like, why should they? And why should it matter to you if they do or not? If you've done whatever it is that you need to do, whether that's cutting back or stopping, whatever it is, then it shouldn't be up to anybody else.
Do you get it like me? I know I get whack 'cause I'm nerd in the streets. I'm nerd in the streets, nerd in the streets. Despite what you heard in the streets, yeah. Talk your shit, smoke your weed, buy yourself another round of drinks. I don't have to care anymore. God, I put the scare in his whore. Go sit in a quiet corner, we're out of your way now. She sent you your money, you always thought you were owed. She reached out to ride with you, and I don't have to give a fuck no more. Have it your way, go smoke it, smoke it, smoke it down. Yeah, go drink it, drink another round. Go enjoy your life now that it's gone. You can have more fun instead of trying to bring everyone else down. All these people in the city don't know how to fuck with us. We outgrown witty. I'm done trying to explain myself, so I tell them to. Have it your way, go smoke it, smoke it, smoke it down. Yeah, go drink it, drink another round. Do you get it like me? Do you get it like me? Can you sweat it? Cold shake sober like me. I'm a bad influence. Have a drink for me. Have it your way, go smoke it, smoke it, smoke it down. Yeah, go drink it, drink another round. Have it your way, go smoke it, smoke it, smoke it down. Yeah, go drink it, drink another round. We're gone out of all y'all's way, and we don't have to give a fuck no more. We don't want y'all no more. So have it your way, go smoke it, smoke it, smoke it down. Yeah, go drink it, drink another round. Yeah, cheers, the most drinks in a year. We're all left to give a fuck no more. We don't want y'all no more. So have it your way, go smoke it, smoke it, smoke it down. Yeah, go drink it, drink another round. Have it your way, go smoke it, smoke it, smoke it down. Yeah, go drink it, drink another round. We're gone out of all y'all's way, and we don't have to give a fuck no more. We don't want y'all no more. So have it your way, go smoke it, smoke it, smoke it down. Yeah, go drink it, drink another round. Yeah, cheers, the most drinks in a year. World record, live your life.